Welcome to Verona, city of eternal love, city of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. If you stay quite a long time in Venice, I strongly recommend you to visit Verona, and it is very easy to come there by a train from Santa Lucia railway station in Venice. This ride of 1 hour and a half will cost you 10 euros in one direction. The first tourist attraction that you will see after a railway station in Verona is Castel Vecchio, or the Old Castle. It is a medieval castle from 14th century, built by a family of Scaliger, and the name of this family you'll see in many places in Verona. This castle is built as a defense from the neighbors, and one of them was the Venice. Inside the complex of the castle is a Castelvecchio museum with the exhibition of paintings, sculptures and weapons from the medieval times. Castelvecchio is built on the banks of the river Adige, which flows through the city of Verona, and it is also connected by a bridge whose name is the same as the name of the castle, but the mostly known as Bridge of Scaligeri. In old times, the castle was surrounded by a moat, which is now empty and forms a part of Castelvecchio complex. Verona is well known by its architecture, art, literature, opera, and of course Romeo and Juliet. Almost all important attractions of Verona are in the central old part of the city, and this central part of the city is connected with the left bank of the river Adige by 10 bridges. In 90 years BC, Verona became a colony of Rome and very soon developed in a very important city. And since that time we can see a Roman arena and Roman theater. Verona is the home of many Roman churches from 11th and the 12th century, and before and during Renaissance period, Verona was a very important center of arts, especially during rule of family della Scala, which is now known as a Scaligeri family. Fra Giocondo and Michele San Michele were the most important architects of 15th and 16th century in Verona, and they are responsible for the city walls and many beautiful palaces in Verona. Here in background you can see Castelvecchio Bridge, or Ponte Scaligero, on River Adige. River Adige is the second longest river in Italy and is 410 kilometers long. It finished its journey entering into the Adriatic coast nearby historic city of Chioggia. One of the most attractive areas of Verona is Città Antica, the old town which makes up the current city center. City center is mostly used only by pedestrians and bikes, but generally atmosphere in Verona is very peaceful, even in areas with traffic. Verona flourished under the rule of the Scaligeri family, and its name is derived from a real name, della Scala, which translates as of the ladder. In 13th and 14th century is the time of rule of this famous family. Verona stands at the foot of the Alps to the north and is short distance from the Lake Garda, and also short run to the other great cities of Veneto region in Italy, like Vicenza, Padua and Venice. And it is the halfway between Venice and Milano, so can be good starting point to explore North Italy. And there is also Verona airport. Here you can see Piazza Bra, or Bra Square, the beating heart of Verona and one of the most beautiful places in the city. The square is large and majestic with the arena in the center. The Roman amphitheater, better known by the name of Arena, is the symbol of the city and the first thing tourists choose to see as soon as they arrive to the city. Built around the 1st century, approximately about 30 years Anno Domini, the arena, like all amphitheaters, hosted the gladiator shows called Ludi and equestrian games like chariot and horses races. The arena attracts millions of visitors every year, not only for its beauty and history, but also for the important events and concerts it hosts. Arena can host around 20,000 spectators, thanks to its elliptical shape. Among the events, do not miss the famous Opera Festival, which every summer transforms the Arena of Verona into largest open-air opera theater in the world. As well as its classic operas, Verona Arena also plays host to live concerts by large international artists like Bruce Springsteen, Sting, Pink Floyd, Adele and Elton John. In Piazza Bra is also the Liston, the pink marble pavement, the same used to build the Roman amphitheater. On the Liston, people like to meet, walk and chat before sitting on the tables of the bars for a coffee. There are quite a lot of restaurants on Piazza Bra, but they are quite overpriced due to the fact that it is a tourist area. So maybe you can avoid some of them. Here you can see Gran Guardia, a building dating back to the 17th century, which today hosts exhibitions and conferences. Another building of great beauty is Palazzo Barbieri, built in 19th century and today seat of municipality of Verona. Between Piazza Bra and Piazza dell'Ebre there is a large pedestrian zone and it is the main shopping area in Verona. The buildings has facades in bright colors and it makes stay in this area really pleasant and comfortable. Just at the beginning of Piazza dell'Ebre is Torre dei Lamberti, medieval bell tower with a clock 84 meters high, and it is one of the best viewpoints. And from the top of this tower you can see Verona in all its beauty. The entrance to the tower is from nearby Piazza dei Signori, and you can reach the top of the tower by inner stairs or by inner elevator. The entrance fee is 8 euros, except on Mondays when it is 5 euros. But later in this video you'll see one free viewpoint, which is I think better than this one. Piazza dell'Ebre, translated as Market Square, is a much more local place than Piazza Bra. Here you can see locals at 12 AM having a fresco lunch, and in the evening with Aperol Spritz. In the center of Piazza dell'Ebre there is a big open market where you can buy all kinds of fashion, woolen bags. Also you can buy fruits and vegetables and souvenirs and famous Venetian masks. Piazza dell'Erbe is the oldest square in Verona and is surrounded by many medieval buildings. The Palazzo del Comune, Torre dei Lamberti, the Casa dei Giudici and the Mazzanti houses overlook the square. Among its monuments there is also famous Madonna Verona, a medieval fountain surmounted by a statue of Virgin. The Casa Mazzanti are a group of houses situated on one side of Piazza dell'Erbe in the center of Verona. Dating back to the medieval and the Renaissance periods, houses are famous for their colorful frescoes, which add decoration to a beautiful piazza. Torre Gardello overlooks piazza opposite from Torre Lamberti. There is also Colonna di San Marco, erected to celebrate city's assimilation to the Venetian Republic. The second column is Colonna Antica. Also you can see Palazzo Maffei, built in a Baroque style and decorated by statues of Greek gods, and many other buildings and monuments at Piazza dell'Erbe. And of course there are many restaurants and bars at Piazza dell'Erbe where you can take a dinner or a drink and enjoy in a beautiful sun and atmosphere at this piazza. Before Shakespeare wrote his Romeo and Juliet, city of Verona was known by its ancient Roman monuments and for its legacy of landmarks left by the one-time ruling family Scaligeri. However, that all changed in 1597 with one of Bart's finest works set in Verona, which then became the city of love. Although it is very difficult to say if Romeo and Juliet really lived in Verona or it was just a fiction of great Shakespeare, it seems that definitely families Montague and Capulets lived in Verona. The most famous of the Romeo and Juliet locations in Verona is Juliet's house, or Casa de Giulietta, and it is very likely that this will be on the top of your list of things to do in Verona. The Gothic 13th century building was once occupied by the Capello family and has a balcony overlooking the courtyard, much like the one Shakespeare wrote about in his play, which is the reason many believe it to be the place where Juliet once lived. Now the house is one of Verona's most popular tourist attractions, with the option to take photos on Juliet's balcony. The courtyard below also has a bronze statue of Juliet, which legend says if you rub her breast it will bring good luck in love. While the courtyard's walls are covered by colorful love letters and notes left by couples wanting their relations to be blessed, or other asking for relationship advice. Other Romeo and Juliet sites in Verona include Romeo's house, just around the corner from Juliet's, and Juliet's tomb, which can be visited as part of the museum of the frescoes. Juliet's tomb had to be moved into the museum because there was some kind of cult that used to take pieces of its sarcophag, and so it had to be protected from the visitors. I have to say that as a man I was a little bit surprised because there is not much story about Romeo in Verona. There is a Romeo's house, but it's private property and you can't enter into it, and there are not many people around it. When I asked women about this, they said that in this modern age nobody believes in real man's love. Here you can see Juliet's tomb, and now it is Romeo's house, and we can read what is written there. Oh, where is Romeo? Be silent, I have lost myself. I am not here, I am not Romeo. Romeo is elsewhere. Basilica Santa Anastasia is the largest church in Verona, and it is a masterpiece of Gothic style. Its name is dedicated to the Virgin Anastasia from the Roman period, but church, as you can see today, is dedicated to the Saint Peter, protector of Verona. The church San Fermo Maggiore is one of the largest and the most important churches in Verona. It is in fact two churches in one. The upper one is built in a Gothic style, and the lower one is in Romanesque style. Cathedral of Verona is an architectural complex of two churches, Tower Bell Library and Bishop Place at Duomo Square. Ponte Pietra, or Stone Bridge, connects Città Antica and Veronetta area of Verona. It is 120 meters long, and it is the oldest bridge in Verona, as it is built in 100 BC. 4 of his arches have been destroyed in the Second World War and rebuilt again in 1957 from original materials. If you go across the bridge, you'll come to the Veronetta area of Verona. It is a university part of the city with many young people, mostly university students. There you can see Giardino Giusti, one of the most beautiful Renaissance gardens in Italy, and Roman theater with its own archaeological museum and with many cultural events during summertime. Castle San Pietro is a medieval fortress built in 1398, and this castle is strategically pointed on the top of the hill overlooking the Verona, and it is the most beautiful viewpoint in Verona city. You can reach castle by funicular railway, but we decided to walk up the hill as it is a real joy, with a fantastic view as a gift at the end of this walk. We couldn't enter into the castle at the day of our visit. I don't know if it is just on the day where we were there, but behind the castle there is a huge area, and we felt that is a great area for long walks around the city of Verona countryside. We spent about 3 hours in Verona, because we had a visit to Vicenza after it. It cuts the costs of traveling, but I feel that one day is necessary to visit this amazing city, and of course if you have time you can stay a few days more and you will not regret. Verona is on the list of World Heritage of UNESCO. Verona is famous by its cuisine. Some of famous dishes cooked in Verona are many types of gnocchi, that is a dish made of potato. Also there you can find different types of tagliatelle and pastizzada, that is a special type of preparing meat. Also lescio, that is a type of cooking meat. Fritula, it is some kind of dessert that can be also salty. And risotto alla marrone with wine. Polenta. Pandoro is a well-known dessert made of sugar, flour, eggs and butter. And as always, the best advice is to follow locals in searching for the restaurants. It is the best way to get the best quality and the best price. Piazza dei Signori is a beautiful square surrounded by monumental buildings connected to each other by arcades. In the center of the square is a statue of Dante, who found a refugee in Verona after his exile from Florence. You enter the square through the Arco della Costa. Continuing, you meet the Loggia dei Consiglio and the Palazzo degli Scaligeri, the lords of Verona from 1260 until 1385. The Palazzo Capitano follows with a corner tower overlooking the square. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe, give some like or comment. It is free for you and it will help our channel to continue working.